Welcome back to another episode of 360 Sports. Today we're talking all things F1, and it's a very special show. First all-girls F1 show. I'm your host, Marina. I'm here with Riley, Christina, and Sophia. Guys, how are we feeling? Excited?
Yeah.
Is this your first time on air for 360?
Yeah.
Nice. We usually do sports time. All right, let's get straight into our headlines. Firstly, the special liveries for Vegas. What do you guys think? There's only 3 teams doing it this year, which kind of blows my mind because it's Vegas. But
I like them.
V-carb, I don't like it.
I don't. It kind of gives like
It's trying to be
mermaid.
a water mermaid.
Mermaid
the
vibe.
mermaid.
I like the glitter. I don't
I
like
don't-
You guys don't know H2O
I
Mako
love
Mermaids.
H2O
And
and Mako
so
mermaids, but no.
it's very special of me.
I just don't think it fits Vegas.
Yeah, I don't like
That's
it.
my thing. And then Steak and Alpine, it's giving like Fairly Odd Parents and Wicked, and I like it.
You know what Alpine's giving? Alpine's giving. We just got a podium, and we don't have to conserve weight anymore. So we're just gonna dump a whole can of
Real.
pink paint on our car.
And they're doing it for the last 3 races.
Are they
And
really?
Yeah, it's for the rest of the season. And they finally gave us the pink livery, which they said they were giving.
That's what
And
I
I
was
didn't believe it
thinking.
till I see it. I saw TikTok today and went, okay, so they're telling the truth.
Yeah.
I like it.
Any other
I like
thoughts?
colorful cars on the
Colorful
grid.
cars?
I hate this like black carbon fiber. Like, give me something. I like the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the flashiness of it. Like it's
I think
really
I will
Vegas,
say,
but
yeah.
like not the.
I don't know
Yeah.
how I feel about that one, but I do think it'll pop at night because it's
Yeah.
a it's night
Mm.
race. All the sessions are at night, so it's like. I mean, we have one tonight, 9:30.
Yeah, 9:30.
I can't even. But yeah, I don't know. This one also, like you said, gives Wicked. I don't
like
know.
them together.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little free promo.
Although at
Yeah.
first I could not tell if Steaks was supposed to be flames or like black goo. But then I realized it was flames once you see like their
it
suits and
flames?
everything.
Oh.
Yeah, it's flames.
Okay.
That's
It's-
funny
it's
coming
not-
from the only team with not a single point this
Yes.
season.
But keeping Logan Sargent in
Dude.
22nd place because of that.
Facts. All right, let's move on to our second headline. Arthur Leclerc is set to drive in FP1 for Abu Dhabi, also in the running for reserve driver. What do y'all think?
I love that. I'm an Arthur Stan. I follow him. I followed him in Elms this season. He did great. He did a WEC test also after that season was over. And I just think, I really hope he gets a seat somewhere or he gets that reserve seat and he gets to drive also with his brother. It's just,
Yeah, there's something about the brother
It's just
thing that
perfect.
gets me.
Right.
Well, also knowing he had to drop out of karting when he was younger,
Yeah.
so Charles could go on because they couldn't financially
Yeah.
support both
Yeah.
of them. So now just seeing both of them like make it in the sport, I feel like that's a really special thing. for
Yeah.
the fans.
Also
Exactly.
when he dropped out and then in his GT Italian races, the Lec ice cream brand was sponsoring his car he
Aw.
was racing. And I was like, full
Yeah,
circle moment.
I think it is a full circle. I think also there's something to be said about like there's a lot of rumors of like Joe Guan Yu coming as a reserve driver. There's something to be said about like internal push for his brother to be
Definitely.
Yeah.
a reserve, so that could play into it. I just really am excited for the fact that they're going to be on the track together in
Yes.
Abu Dhabi. That's all I care about.
How are they going to label that? Because it can't be both
Oh,
Leclerc
it can't be
and
both
Leclerc,
Leclerc.
because
Really
especially they're both
Leclerc.
in Ferraris.
Maybe they'll do like an A.
ALE or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. Well, because Leclerc is definitely he has the right to keep
He's
the
the
main,
flag.
yeah.
He's the main one.
Although, do we know
So
what? Is he keeps his number, right? Because it's just a practice.
I
What do you mean?
think so.
who keeps his number?
You know how sometimes they like replace the number on the car because it's just a practice? They're not doing that, right?
Oh no, they probably will. I don't know
Okay.
what number he's going to run, but they'll definitely going to replace Carlos's number.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All right, next headline. The literal headline I have written for this is Papa Perez woke up and chose violence because I don't even know. Like,
There's
can
no
I even?
words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm not Mr. Stroll, as in Lawrence Stroll. I don't have the money to buy a Formula One team for my son, so shots fired." And then he also had some very interesting comments about Ralph Schumacher, which I thought were
Yep.
horrendous.
Yeah.
What y'all think?
I was taught if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So
Facts.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
won't speak on that.
And I feel like it's very unfortunate to continue seeing like so many prejudiced comments like this for like the paddock and like not only from like members of the family but also some drivers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I definitely like it's just stupid opinions in my like don't say it.
Yeah,
he's
I
always
agree.
giving his opinion, but yet he's not in the car. He's really acts like a backseat driver to Checo sometimes, and it's like, you're not the one driving the car.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was funny because Checo said he literally went to the meeting and said, "I don't share any of his views," and I was like, "Well, that's one way to put the fire out." Like, just completely like, I guess, disown your dad in the media and be like, no, I don't
Yeah.
agree.
But it's also like Checo is 34 years old. He can speak for himself now. He doesn't
Yeah.
need like
True.
He's got kids and a family.
he's got kids and a family. He does not need his dad speaking on his behalf anymore and
Definitely.
Yeah.
saying remarks like this.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, Checo's just bad. He said Checo's there for himself. Look, you have stats too,
I
but
have many stats.
Checo finished behind Max in 20 of the 21 races this year. Guess which one he hasn't finished behind?
The one
when
he
Max
DNF'd.
DNF'd because of
Yeah.
an engine failure that wasn't his fault. Also, same for qualifying and 5-0 in the sprints. So it's like he's there for himself. No, he's there because Kit Kat is paying for his seat
Yeah.
and Carlos Slim.
Red Bull's a one-car team.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's gonna hurt them in the
Constructors.
Constructors
yeah,
team,
they're already
definitely.
in third.
yeah.
I'm like,
They're dropping like a rock.
yeah.
and it's
well,
not funny.
there's a rock weighing them down.
I mean,
Checo.
yeah.
So I don't know. It's just I don't understand why he has a platform because he said this during an interview with ESPN. Why does he get an
Yeah.
interview?
Yeah. I mean,
That's
he's a
so real.
politician too, so like ESPN, like
Yeah, that
It
doesn't even
makes
look
no
good
sense.
for him as a politician either.
He's
Exactly.
a
Exactly.
politician.
he is
Saying
in
that stuff?
Mexico.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Are we surprised?
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
not
we don't
really.
have to
Yeah.
get into that. But anyways, let's move on to our last headline. Darian Pon went on Jimmy Kimmel, giving kind of a voice for F1 Academy and female drivers in motorsports. Thoughts?
I think it's great, especially after those comments. It's great seeing more like diversity
Yeah,
being.
Exactly.
I love it. Although I don't know where she heard that we eat burgers for breakfast because I never once have eaten a burger for breakfast, and I don't think I plan on it. Pizza, yes. Burgers,
I was going to say that. Pizza
no.
yesterday. I think it was funny because you don't often hear like French charm. But that's kind of what it was. She was very nice. She was awesome. I think she conducted herself so well and put up like a good face for F1 Academy.
Definitely.
Like first real interview F1 Academy has had
Yeah,
in an American spotlight at least. So
I really
really
loved
liked
it. It was funny. I was laughing for the whole like 7 minutes. There was some translation issues because she didn't know what whiplash was, but it was still funny.
And it
And
was
also
still,
the track
like,
that's
yeah.
not in
Road
Atlanta,
Atlanta, yeah,
which is not Atlanta.
or that F1 or F1 Academy races on. She races in her one of her other
Right.
series that she's done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not like F1 Academy is the first thing she's ever raced or
No.
any female driver. This is just one other way that they can get into F1 and
Yeah.
hopefully break that
Definitely.
barrier.
Which hopefully happens soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's move on. We're going to do a little giving thanks for our kind of like lead into Thanksgiving, last show before Thanksgiving break. There's a lot to be thankful for in F1, whether it be like new technologies that help our teams go a little bit faster, or make it more entertaining. I'm a Red Bull fan. I got to hand it to you. The McLaren upgrades have really made me thankful
We did do that.
because
did
F1
do
has been a
that.
lot more competitive this year, a lot closer. So with
has.
that said, we're going to go to the board and say one thing we are thankful for this year in F1. I think you are first, Christina.
Okay, well, I know I'm thankful for May 5th, 2024. I will always remember that as the day my favorite driver got his first win ever. Sadly, I don't live in Miami, so I didn't get to go, but he got to win thanks to McLaren actually getting everything together. And the car was great. And then there was also the safety car, but still, he got his win, and it was such a happy day. It was a landmark day for Lando Norris.
Yes, it was.
And
Lando
it's now-
Norris is no longer.
Yes, Lando no wins no longer. And it's not Lando one wins either. He's got multiple wins now. And I'm just so thankful that he got his first win. And he had a chance at the constructors, although that's not going to happen most likely. But it was fun to see the fights and the battles on track.
Love it. It's a great poll.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm thankful that he won.
I'm not.
Per se. I'm not.
He's gotten quite cocky after this win.
But I
Exactly.
respect
But
it.
I'll do.
We were all happy for him, whether you're a Lando fan or
Yeah.
not.
Eh,
Somebody's like, maybe not. But I don't know. I quite enjoyed it.
it was an interesting race.
It was an interesting
It was.
race until the safety car came out and ruined it for everybody.
Not everybody, but
Sure.
Mhm.
All right, Riley.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was Sophia. Oopsies.
This is what I'm thankful for. For both the Ferrari and McLaren updates they brought this year. You know what? Last year I could open my computer, start the race, fall back asleep, and guess who would win? Max Verstappen with like a 30-second gap.
Fair.
So I'm very glad that they have brought some great upgrades. We now have some close racing, some really intense battles on the tracks now. And I don't know automatically who's going to win every single race, which for that I'm thankful for. But don't let this sweater fool you. I'm not a Red Bull fan. So that's fine.
Fair enough. Yeah,
That's it.
I like it. I said, it's the same kind of thing. It's the upgrades that have made it so great.
Yeah.
So
And made the show like even more
Yeah,
entertaining. I
it
mean,
did.
last season was entertaining, but like
And
it is
entertaining
Yeah.
different ways.
entertaining for some people.
Exactly for
Entertaining
you.
for a Max Verstappen Red Bull fan.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right, Sophia.
Okay. Mine will be more of a team as well, and I got Gabriel Bortoleto, but especially Sauber. Like, thank you so much. After 2017, after Felipe Massa, he's gonna be the first Brazilian to race in F1. I'm so happy for him. Also, he has been doing an amazing job. He won F3. He won a race in Monza, going from last to first. So he's the GOAT. I love him, and I'm so happy to have another Brazilian on the grid again next year. I'm really excited to him. Even if he finishes at 18th, I'm happy for him, and I'll be with the biggest smile in my face.
I agree as a Brazilian. We needed one. We
Yeah.
really did. We needed someone to come back and be competitive.
Exactly.
So, also, I have to get your take on this. Is he better than Filipe Drukovic?
I like him better than Djokovic. I mean, I feel like Felipe could potentially have a seat, but I feel like he's backed by Alonso, so
Yeah.
that's already something. Like, he has his support.
The chaos that could come from that.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm not sure if he's better, but I feel like right now he should be the one with the seat.
Fair enough. All right, my turn. I didn't go the team route. I'm thankful for one specific person, and that person is Hannah Schmitz. She is the head strategist
She's so
at
great.
Red Bull, and she has single-handedly saved our season because our car has at many times, Canada, Brazil, case in point, been like fourth fastest. She gets Max, because I can't say Checo because he's literally a ball and chain, gets Max back up into the front, doing some things differently, changing tires at different times than other teams. You may think like, oh, why are they staying out? That's the wrong call. But it's almost always the right one. She's just amazing. She's also another female in motorsport, which round of applause to, because they're few and far between in a male-dominated sport. So I'm thankful for Hannah.
I've been hearing a lot about Hannah this season on
Yeah.
TikTok. I'd be like, "Oh, Hannah," and I was like,
People are
"Who's Hannah?"
discovering Hannah.
And then I found out, and I was like, "Oh, I love Hannah. That's so great that she's doing that."
Yeah, people are discovering Hannah Schmitz. Finally. Well, not finally. I think last
It's
year
well deserved.
when she was so consistent, I
Yeah.
remember seeing Red Bull fans, or not Red Bull fans, Ferrari fans,
Yeah.
in the paddock on paddock walks and stuff, being like, "Come to Ferrari," and I'm like, "Nope, she's ours. Sorry."
No, she's,
But-
Yeah.
It was just during the "we are checking"
Yes.
period.
Which
Are you
is-
grateful for that too?
Oh,
I'm
I'm
so
very
grateful
grateful
for that, too.
that has ended.
Yeah.
Just hearing that.
We are
and
checking
every
is
time.
always
We are checking.
nerve-wracking.
And then we are checking, but then they'd never say anything again.
Although,
No.
I mean-
Ricky, what intros are these?
Yeah, that one's not too much better.
Yeah.
But
But it wasn't Charles.
yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, let's move on to our next
Max.
segment, Guess Who, or Vegas edition. So specifically, these are all from Vegas quotes. I'm going to put a quote on the board, and then you have to tell me who said it.
Christina loved that.
Well,
I'm expecting this
she
to be
made
so
it Vegas
fast.
edition because she thought I would guess other ones too quickly.
I
so-
needed this segment to not be 30 seconds. So that's why I had to go all
I
Vegas,
told
because
you.
you know every F1 quote ever.
Not
It's
all
like
of
an
them.
encyclopedia.
I just know some of them. It's just
All right.
an incident.
First up. Oh, come on, Joe, wake up. Oh my God. It's too late for him.
Ooh.
Isn't that
Why does that
Charles?
give Charles
Yeah.
or
Okay.
George vibes? Yeah.
She got it.
I was just
like,
hearing it,
gives
and
George or Charles vibes, but yeah.
All right. Next one. Yeah, that's all right. Send them my regards.
Oh, that's Max.
I tried
was
so
it?
hard to
A
find
10
when
so
you wouldn't
fast.
get it.
What his 10 place penalty? He was like, that's fine. Send
Just
them
send
my
my
regards.
regards. Yeah. All right. This is the last one. The blank is a name. And I'll give you a hint, it's not a driver that said this.
Was
So,
it
No, yeah.
GP
into
or
the pit lane, please, blank, or should I call you Elvis?
was it Christian or GP or something?
It was GP.
Yeah.
You're so good. I tried so hard to not make this like 30
I did
seconds.
rewatch the end of Las Vegas right
Fair.
before this, so I did hear that like an hour ago where he was like, "Or should I call you Vegas?" And I was like, "Okay, GP
I love it.
or Elvis,
He's-
not Vegas."
He slays too. I almost put him on my thankful.
Yeah,
Because him and Max, like old married couple kind of vibes, bickering on the
They do.
radio. Is so
they get
fun.
each other. He can bicker just enough to where Max isn't actually mad at him.
Did you guys hear the rumor that he was offered a contract at Ferrari and he turned it down?
No, I did not hear that.
He was offered a contract at Ferrari to be Lewis's engineer and he turned it down to stay with Max. So
Good relationship then.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
and also the fact that he was offered something at Ferrari
Yep.
with Lewis, a 7-time world champion, means
Yeah.
he's good at what he does. So
Definitely.
there's
Yeah.
that. All right. Next segment. Last season, fans had a lot to say. I was one of them about the entertainment aspects of F1 because this is a sport. As much as I love like all these big flashy things, I just want to see the cars on track. So
On our
I'm going to show
upside
you
down
5
pig track.
events. Yeah, yeah, it does look like a pig, right?
Yeah, it's an upside down pig. Everyone, that's been established.
Anyways, there's 5 little like events or things that happened in the paddock last year, and then you yay or nay and why. Opening ceremony.
Nay. It was
Nay.
I saw the Hunger Games, like everyone was talking
But
about
that's
it.
why it's kind of fun.
I also heard Hunger Games from this year because like there was a table on the
Yeah.
wall, on the strip, whatever,
There you go.
somewhere of just a bunch of seats, and it was like, guys, this isn't the Hunger Games. But yeah, I'm a nay that. That's just a little
Nay.
too extra.
Yeah.
2 extra.
Nay, but I did love seeing how maybe I didn't love seeing, but it made me chuckle how like distraught all of the drivers looked.
Yeah.
And how they're standing there literally like
They're like, what is happening? Why are we doing this? I drive a car.
I drive car.
Yeah. The other thing I say nay to, but my main reason is because they're so far
Yeah.
and it's just like a couple of them together that you like nobody could actually see them. Even on like the live stream
Yeah,
when I was
yeah.
watching, like you couldn't actually see the drivers and they are like your entertainment. They are your spectacle. Like you don't need to
Yeah.
create all this like biggest pet peeve with driver drivers. They create all this drama when there's already so much drama in F1. We
Yeah.
talk about it all the time. So I don't know. I definitely agree with the nay. All right, next one. The Paddock Wedding Chapel where Jack Stilldove got married.
I think this is iconic and it
Yeah.
they
So
should do
yay.
it again. Yeah, yeah.
Yay. Sophia.
I'll do a yay, but like they can keep it like low key too. Like,
I'll do a yay. That's fun, unique, iconic. Yeah, you're just like, hey, I got married at the Las Vegas paddock, like in a chapel. Where did you get married?
Okay. Hot take then. I'm gonna go nay, but only because I don't understand who would want to get married with Elvis Presley in the F1 paddock. Like, do you not want like a whole like nice wedding, or at least something that's not photographed by all of social media? Like none of the
Or
drivers would
maybe-
ever do this because he
maybe-
doesn't want it
yeah,
all over
no.
social
Maybe
media.
it was like a spontaneous thing, like, hey, we're in Vegas, we should get married.
I mean,
but like,
she's wearing a wedding dress, so I
Yeah.
would assume not. But
But like,
if it was a spontaneous thing, then yeah.
but
Yeah,
if you
but,
can,
like-
can you like change the like design? I don't like it. Like the
Yeah.
whole like
yeah,
flower
I don't
thing
really
going on.
like
like
the
name
design.
the background,
Yeah.
but like,
Yay, the
intro-
concept.
I
yay
think they
the
need to
interesting
actually
idea of it.
cheap it down a little bit and make it like a true authentic
Take Vegas
Exactly.
wedding.
Vegas
Wedding,
wedding. So maybe
Elvis
like
Chapel,
yeah.
so, you know
I like
those
that.
like great thingies
Mhm.
and like
Yeah.
a garden.
Yeah.
Maybe like one of those, some like dollar store
Some
flowers.
like last minute like cupcakes or something instead
Yeah.
of a cake.
Yeah.
from like Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
like
think
it.
that would have made it better.
All right,
Anyways.
next one. A night race.
Yay, I
Is there a
like
way
the
to say
night
night?
race.
I love night races.
Like it? You like the night race?
Yeah, I love night races.
Do you like night races when you have to wake up at 1 a.m. or stay up till at least 1, 2?
I'm a
1
stay up.
Between 1 and
Yeah,
2:30
I'm already
to
like up by that time,
watch.
and it's the weekend, so like
Yeah.
never mind.
go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
No, I've stayed up before, out and about in town with my phone out, watching F1.
Yeah, that's my only pickle with it is like because it's over that Thanksgiving part, it's so like I'm just too tired sometimes to stay up. I try my absolute best and I usually do it. Especially because if I go to sleep, then the first thing I see when I wake up is, oh, Max took pole or Lando took pole. And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not like see it before it happens.
Yes.
Like see it on social media before I get to watch it live. So I try to watch everything live. But 1 a.m. for qualifying, like specifically this weekend is going to be really hard for me because I have to go see Sweeney Todd for class, which ends at 10:30, and then qualifying's at 1, and my flight's at 6. So
Big weekend.
big weekend for me. 2 hours of sleep. Here we go.
I get home like an hour before the race. I told my dad he better drive really fast, like maybe you're in an F1 car, and get me home because we live like 20 minutes from the airport, so I can get there in time to watch the race on a big screen. Otherwise, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna have it on my phone on the drive, but like I want to watch it on the big screen. Yeah,
pre-race naturally. All right, next one, the Netflix Cup.
I liked it. I watched it live. I liked it. It was fun.
But the production was terrible.
The production was terrible.
The production was terrible.
But it was also kind of funny because of all that.
We can redo it with a new production.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought it was
That
so
would be an
I don't know. This is the other like entertainment thing,
Yeah.
right? It's like, what point does this become too far? It's like we're talking about the F1 75 next year's opening ceremony. At what point is it too much entertainment? It's too much for the fans, too much business, and not enough sport.
Sure.
Which I feel like is a unique. I don't want to say completely unique problem to F1, but it's pretty unique to F1.
Yeah. Especially because I don't think the drivers themselves are too fond of having to do all of these like big showy things.
Max is gonna be
Max
sick. Max is gonna be sick. I know Esteban liked it because he was like, it's too many things in that week, like clashing, so it's all already figured out for him. He doesn't gotta no one has to figure it out.
Did you see Lando say he was gonna be sick?
Yeah,
too?
he said he might go on vacation with Max, get the same illness. That'd be funny. But
yeah, I don't know. I think I really liked the concept of it. Like I said, production was terrible, and being that I'm always in the studio in the control room, I can't unsee things. When I like see a random AirPod somewhere, like that's how you're communicating with each other. I'm like, no, I'm out. So, but yeah, overall,
the drivers do love their golf. Many of them were golfing this week too. I think Pierre was like, it's no F1 Cup or something, or Netflix Cup, and
yeah, because who did it last year? Pierre, Alex, Lando, Carlos.
Yeah, so I liked it because Lando was there, Alex, and that was funny because his girlfriend is a golfer.
But yeah, I remember that Alex just like swung and like fell, and his girlfriend is a golfer.
Yeah,
so that's a little bit embarrassing.
Lily's just like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? That's embarrassing. But also the fact that they picked Carlos for it was like, was anybody but Carlos ever supposed to win this?
I mean, probably not.
Like.
Anyways,
car ride to the podium.
The car ride part, I don't know, but Max and Charles being together on a podium always a yay for me.
Yeah,
but specifically the car ride. You like the car ride?
It's close, especially if you get like Verstappen up there.
Yeah,
all cuddly. They're like, hey.
All close.
Wasn't this the one that they were supposed to take separate cars and Charles was like, no?
No, that's Miami. Where Max waited for Charles and then Charles got in the car, but Lando had already gone because they all had their own cars. And Charles's car was just
they
like,
have to do their after race.
Yeah, they gotta do their Max plating and the clarifying.
Yeah, I feel like it could potentially be like an open car. I mean, I do understand like
car, or maybe just a bigger car.
Yeah.
Max seemed a little bit uncomfortable.
Checo, I think, is also a little uncomfortable though. He's just like, what am I doing with these two? Why am I here?
He started wheeling hardcore. Also, it kind of just looked like there was two Ferraris and Max.
True.
Yeah, I don't understand the two different
race colors.
I don't
know.
Especially like when that is Ferrari red that Checo's wearing.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is kind of funny though.
True.
It is. Yeah.
It was also cosplay as a Ferrari driver.
It was so funny. It's like a perfect example of F1 media and F1 sponsorships that before they got in the car, they put on all the watches and all the bracelets and the hats and everything. Then they got in the car and then they went to do their post-race interviews and then on the podium, which again was this big spectacle. So
I like that Charles's mechanic, the one that everyone always loves, that did like the flip, is the one that always brings him his watches.
Is it?
Yeah, like you'll see him like after races. So Charles is on the podium and stuff, and like
fell last.
That did the flip.
Week?
Yeah, that everyone loves. He's got the Guido tattoo and everything. Yeah, like he always brings him his watches and everything. I think they should show more of the cool down vroom/car though, because sometimes it's like they start. Yeah, the podcast sometimes
was elite last year.
Sometimes they start talking over it, and it's like, guys, I don't want to hear the commentators talking. I want to hear the drivers.
All race.
Yeah, I want to hear.
I'm here for the drivers.
Yeah, I agree. There's that cool down room podcast, which is ironic because it started when Max was winning everything, and Max was born on National Podcast Day,
and he hates podcasts.
That's a thing.
Yes.
That's crazy.
He hates podcasts. So I think that's so funny. But
yeah, I was rewatching Las Vegas 2023, and the commentators are like, it's time for the Max podcast.
No, but I don't
That's
like
pretty
when commentators try to like get it on the joke, because then that ruins it.
Sometimes
Sure.
they go.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Not,
they go
not
too far.
every time.
It's
but
just when they
for-
go too far.
Yeah.
yeah, then sometimes you just gotta leave the entertainment aspect to the driver
Yeah.
Exactly.
because
They
like
force
sometimes
it
they
too
go far.
much. Like they take it in another level that we're like, okay, we're on this niche field. And then
Yeah.
when it gets to like commentators or anything else like on TV specifically,
Yeah.
like it's just like
Yeah.
over it.
The best
Yeah.
part of this and the cool down part too is them talking to each other about not only their own incidents with each other,
Yeah.
but incidents of other people.
Yeah.
It's like, did you just see, like, remember, what was that? What race was that? Where Charles almost lost it, right? Was that Mexico? Where he
Yeah,
almost
where-
lost it on that last turn
Yeah,
going
and
into turn one. And
letting
he's
Lando
watching
pass.
it back and he's like, what?
Yeah. And then it's just like, what happened there?
Anyways, all right, let's go to our last segment. Kind of have two parts to it: championship talk, and then I want to know your predictions for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. So, firstly, Max could win the championship in Vegas. All he has to do, sorry to say,
I know,
Christina,
I know.
all he has to do is finish ahead of Lando.
I'm being realistic. I don't think Lando's going to win the championship, but I think it was a fun fight to watch. I enjoyed watching it, but I don't think he's going to win. As much as I love Lando, he's not going to win it.
The only thing I can
It's
say to
just-
that is that's like such a. I don't think he's gonna win it. It's such a Delulu McLaren fan. The fact of the
He's
matter is
not
he's not
gonna
gonna
win.
win.
I
it.
also like Charles, so there's Ferrari there. Everyone knows Ferrari's the Lulu, you know.
I would-
So yeah.
I would argue the way everything's going right now, it's more likely that Lando is third than he is second. Because if Charles
Okay.
wins in Vegas and
What?
Lando doesn't score points, Charles already overtakes.
Well, we don't want him not to
That's-
score points
yeah.
again. He already did that last time in Vegas. We don't need that again.
The F1 official Instagram posting
know, that
was
was
so
so-
sad.
That was so cruel. It's like, guys,
He just wiped out,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
put on like turn one or something.
It
Or-
wasn't turn one, but
it
it
was
was lap
lap
one.
one.
He just
Yeah.
totally lost it.
The picture in the hospital is funny though, where he's just like, I'm okay.
I'm okay. Honorable mention, though, fun fact: Logan Sargent and Valtteri Bottas are still currently fighting for 22nd in a 20-car championship.
That's
Um,
crazy.
Valtteri is 23rd, and I want it to stay that way. So sorry, Valtteri, but I don't want you to get points. because
do you
Valtteri,
have
he
against
doesn't need
Valtteri?
points. Valtteri has to finish P11 or higher in Vegas to overtake
I
him.
don't want
He
that.
already doesn't have
They
points.
kicked Logan out. Just let him finish above somebody else in the championship, guys. It's not
Fair.
that hard.
But
Gotta
how
have
embarrassing is that
something.
for Valtteri to
Yeah.
be finished last?
And he's not
Yeah.
coming back next season, right?
He's
No,
probably
no,
gonna be a
probably
He
reserve
might be a
driver.
reserve.
Mercedes reserve driver. So,
Still,
all right,
kind of sad.
podium predictions.
That is
Sophia,
hard.
Let's start.
I would say Max. I feel like he was like,
Max P1.
yeah. Then it was like kind of between. It's not that I don't like Lando, but like I didn't want to put Lando over top three. I put like Charles, and then either Lewis or Oscar. It's just like
Interesting.
controversial, but yeah.
I agree with all of it except for the Lewis pool because
Yeah.
Lewis said in the
Yeah.
media he was like, I didn't even want to come back. I was like,
I mean-
okay.
He said, that's too flashy for me.
But it's a Lewis fan pool, so you got him.
I
Yeah,
think
100%.
Charles or Max is going to get first. But
Okay.
we'll put Charles there. And then whichever doesn't get first will get second.
So Max too.
Yeah. And then I think it's either going to be Oscar or Lando in third. It's going to
Probably
be a McLaren.
Lando.
Don't know which one,
Okay.
but it all just depends on how the
So
race
what I'm
goes.
hearing from that side of the table is Max is definitely winning the championship in Vegas.
Well,
I would like him
yeah.
too.
I
Okay.
mean, I know it's going to happen eventually. So I've just accepted it,
So is it better if he wins it in Vegas and then doesn't drive the sprint race or the actual race hungover after winning it in the sprint race?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's better because then I feel like it's just going to get too far if Lando still has that small chance.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, guys, it's already.
Demoralize the guy.
Yeah, it's,
Little more.
don't be too mean.
Riley.
Well, I'm hoping for a Ferrari one too. whether that be Charles or Carlos, don't
Very
care.
fair.
As long as it's a 1-2.
Like
And
it.
then I kind of want Oscar. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a Lando hater, not fully, but a little bit.
The last time you were on here, you said you were an Esteban Ocon.
I'm a heavy Esteban. That's why I don't even talk. I hate
I
him.
don't really
I don't
like
want
the
to see
man
his face. I thought I finally got rid of him. Me personally, yeah, I got rid of him. No, I thought he was finally leaving.
No.
No, they brought him back.
Him and Ollie
The
next year.
fact,
That
no, I don't
Ollie
understand where
Ollie-
that comes from.
Yeah.
How
I
did he
hate
get that
Esteban
seat?
Ocon.
I don't.
Anyway.
It just
and
doesn't
Ollie
make sense
wanting
to
to
me.
be best friends with his teammate, but everyone's like, your teammate's Esteban Ocon. That's not happening.
Fair, very fair. All right, my prediction: Charles, Max, Oscar.
See, I think everyone also just wants Oscar up there because Oscar's just so Oscar. That
So
with all the
Oscar.
flashiness,
The-
it's just gonna be kind of entertaining.
Yeah, the
Because he
People
amount-
just-
wanted him to
yeah.
win the Mexico.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
he would sit
Yeah.
up and he'd
Go
just
up.
like
Go up on the
he'd just be
podium.
like, "Hey guys,
I think
Yeah.
he deserves his moment to be able to like get a word in because he grew up with what, 3 sisters,
yeah,
4 sisters.
although yeah, Oscar's not my favorite
So-
Piastri. I gotta say it.
His sister is so funny
Yes.
on TikTok.
I follow her on TikTok. She's my favorite Piastri.
All right, any last final thoughts before we wrap for today?
I hate Esteban Ocon.
That's a repeat from last time.
Say I don't like Lando Norris.
No,
I don't know.
nothing.
Just let's see what happens next season. I guess too.
Alright.
I'm already looking forward to that.
Well, that wraps the F1 show. However, we have to make one very quick honorable mention is that me and Sophia's soccer teams in Brazil are currently playing
Aw.
against each other, and you're going down.
Nope.
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna win.
You're losing.
Nope.
You're gonna lose.
I'm not.
Yes, you
I'll
are.
put like this.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy your Thanksgiving break. Don't forget to comment. Also, I've been Marina, it's Riley, Christina, Sophia. Bye, guys.